We are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move on. Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories. We are capable, beautiful. We are born to do great things. We're unstoppable, incredible, 'cause we're differently abled, differently.
Hello and welcome to the premier show on disability issues in Kenya. My name is Jane Theuri. Let's get started.
We're differently abled, differently.
Jane finds joy and fulfillment in tennis as her favorite sport. She has represented her team and the country in various competitions and brought back medals. Take a look at her story.
Over the years, wheelchair tennis has grown into an exciting racket sport for individuals and pairs. For these players, it's much more than just a game. It has given them a purpose in life.
In wheelchair tennis or in tennis game, we have singles and doubles. As for singles, you play just one person against another, your opponent. And in doubles, you have two players on this side and the other, two players on the other side. And you have to be, if you are ladies, you have to be of the same gender. I was not born able differently, but after I got an accident, that's when I got to adjust myself. Nikajadjust nikasema, since I'm able differently, I have to be part and parcel of them. Sasa nikasema, sasa wacha niangalie tu just something to make me physically fit. By then, nilikuwa tunaangalia kitu na kinifanye tu kinikeep busy. That's when I came across a friend, introduce, akaniambia there are some games, kuna sitting volleyball, kuna tennis, wheelchair tennis, kuna badminton. Baada ya mimi kwenda kuobserve hizo zingine zote, kusema ule kweli moyo ilibaki upande wa tennis. And that's how I got to know about this game.
Okay, sijai participate in any sports. Sister yangu ndio tennis player. Amekuwa akiofficiate hapa Nairobi club. Sasa ndiye aliko with other coaches ndiye akajua kumbe kuna sports huwa wanacheza na wenye wako na disability. Sasa kwa hivyo ndio request coach kana anaweza kuja anitrain. Hapo ndio nilijiunga na hawa tennis player wa wheelchair. Sikuwahi jikubali na hiyo disability yangu, but tangu nijiunge na hii tennis nikiona wenzetu wenye wako na other types of disability, kumbe hapo ndio nilijiamini kumbe hata mimi naweza cheza.
Jane and her teammates have dedicated their time in training as they prepare for upcoming competitions.
Yeah, I've come to train just to first of all for my own fitness. And secondly, we are hoping to have an African qualifiers next year, probably on February. And that's what we are training for at the moment.
They share their motivation for joining the sport and the milestones they have achieved together over the years.
I started playing wheelchair basketball. I went to sitting volleyball. Before I knew what, I was in powerlifting. And is when I in wheelchair and also in paravolley, sitting volleyball, I became a leader 2012-2016 as the Secretary General for the entire country. After that is when I was like, I will get confused in the middle, so I need to sit and even be okay. I believe in God also. I just told God yenyewe, now this one I have to have a primary sport. And then before I knew it, that's how now I chose wheelchair tennis. So I'm training all the sports, but I'm specializing in wheelchair tennis. and that's how now I chose, and I just released everything, and now wheelchair tennis has been part of me, and I've been playing since then.
I started wheelchair tennis 13 years ago. So kuna hope, na saizi kuna vile programs za juniors, they are underway. So there's much hope for wheelchair tennis. I have some kama ko represent the country kwa World Cup. We've been there 3 times, but yenye imenibamba zaidi nitasema ni kuwa the first pioneer wa kuwakilisha the first ever All African Games ambayo ilikuwa 2023 in Ghana.
I've represented my country since that time, seriously 2015. We are representing my country 2014. We went to Netherlands for World Team Cup. We qualified and we got gold. And then 2017 also we qualified, we got gold. Then 2018 again we qualified for World Team Cup. We went to, in 2014 we went to Netherlands, Alphen. 2017 we went to Italy, Sardinia. 2018 we went to Netherlands, the other one was Alphen, this one Apeldoorn. So 3 times being in the team, I've helped my country or my team to qualify for World Team Cup.
Jane wako more experience kuniliko, juu at least wao wamesha participate kwa tournaments, wamesafiri nje kwenda na kurudi. At least wakati tunacheza na wao hapa tuna gain nini zingine, tactics zingine kutoka kwao zenye hatujui.
The coach, who joined 2 years after the team was established, highlights the growth and progress they have made since then.
We met some years back here in Nairobi because of wheelchair tennis. The first year I was not part of it. I came in after 2 years because I used to be based in Mombasa. But my other colleagues were the ones who are here. And since that time, they've been doing well. We've moved from one point of the game to the next. Until now, we have some of them who have really represented the country until the highest level.
However, like any other team, they still face challenges.
As wheelchair tennis players, we don't have enough tournaments, especially in the African continent and even in our country. Tuko na only like 2 tournaments tunategemea in the whole year. You see, that's a challenge. Una train daily, unaenda kwa kiwanja kutrain for only 2 tournaments a year. That's a challenge, but we hope kuna vile mikakati itafanywa, at least pia hizi countries zingine ambazo ziko bordering countries kama Tanzania and other countries wawe na tournaments, at least tuwe na more tournaments. Hiyo itavutia na itafanya pia as a game ikue.
The biggest challenge has always been funds. Funds. In terms of upgrading or moving forward with the federation and with the programs, because as we know, most of these players are in boarding schools, the juniors, and getting them sometimes is difficult because they come from everywhere. When the school closes, it's almost next to impossible to get them back on the tennis courts, because they'll tell you, oh, where will I stay? How will they go because of this wheelchair accessible places, and also some of the relatives cannot afford to host them. So as a federation, sometimes we have camps whereby when we get sponsors, we normally squeeze in some cash to be able to host these players. But it's not as much as we would have wanted. So number one is that one, challenges in terms of funds. The same funds also goes into the senior players if they want to go for tournaments. And it's as much as we are really trying hard, they're not getting enough cash in terms of returns on investment. So for them to only depend on wheelchair tennis to feed them, it's difficult at the moment.
Looking forward to the future, Jane shares the team's long-term plans. With a legacy meant to inspire young girls to never give up on their dreams, she encourages the younger generation to embrace sports.
I'm also working towards seeing the school children having teachers train within their schools, and also ensuring that we have youngsters coming to tennis, training tennis. We have camps for them. We always train them, Joytown, Masaku School for the disabled. We have Mombasa Primary. We have them. So at least we are growing tennis within, even when we leave, we have tennis behind the youngsters coming. One thing I can tell them is just believe in yourself. You can be young, but have self-esteem. Love yourself first. When you love yourself, when you're growing up knowing that I am who I am, I love me, even you don't care what people will say out there. You'll face anything. So, and sport can make you earn a living. I'm an example. Sport can make you earn a living, and it can take you places. Just believe in yourself and everything will work well. My legacy is just to see everyone within the community, especially the vulnerable, are very happy, educated. Because let me tell you, if you are a person with ability who is not educated, kuna vile there is this madharau kind of people give you, but when you are educated, you have a disability and you are educated, and you have your own money. You have a disability, you are educated, you have your own money, and you are happy. There's another respect that people give you. You see, so I want to leave that legacy where when people are in sport, you are free, you are earning, you are educated. Also, you come to tennis and you are in school. You are playing tennis and you are in school. You are gaining, you are having your degrees, you are having your masters, but you are happy and you have your money.
The team calls on society to extend grace and kindness to one another as times are difficult.
Naweza ambia wenye wako na disability wenzangu wasikufe moyo. Kuna second chance in life, unaona. Sasa wa participate mingi kwa michezo. Kuna michezo mbalimbali, sio hata hii sitting tennis peke yake. Mimi nacheza hata badminton huku nje na rusha javelin hizo. At least tunaambiwa mara mingi hizo mchezo zinalipa. Kwa hivyo tunaona inaweza change maisha yetu kwa nini ya baadaye.
Ukiona mtoto pale nje ako born differently, don't let that kid akae tu. Kuna sports. Pamoja na mambo mengine yote kuna sports. And sports is also a career. Mtu anaweza akaja involve in sports, and the more a person with disability kwanza akikaa, the more anakaa, the more anakuwa more disabled.
Let's all love to love each other. Share the little that you have. Or who is your neighbor? Sometimes you see, the neighbor niko nao pale. That's the neighbor that you see only. Yenye unafunganga mlango when you are coming back in the evening and the morning, but you don't see the neighbors within even your workplace where you are. Even let me say in my tennis year. How do I see my neighbor? People are coming to train. Do I even have time to ask them, how are you? How are you doing? Like they are here, yes, you assume they've come for training, they are good. People are carrying loads that they just need to release or share. Always learn to even ask, how are you? How are you doing? If they're able to share, be a good listener. Listen to each and every person. Don't be rushed to judge. Don't be quick to judge someone. Just listen and give attention to the little details that people give you, and that one, life will be easy for everyone. Yeah, don't assume that everyone is okay. People are not okay. Be there for everyone.
Let's take a short break, but we'll be right back with more. Stay tuned.
Differently abled, differently abled, differently.
The National Gender Equality and Disability Inclusion Awards 2025 was an incredible celebration dedicated to recognize the people and organizations making the world more inclusive.
Inclusion is not an abstract a concept. It's not a concept. Rather, inclusion is the practical acts of deeds that fosters the aspect of not leaving anyone behind, because all of us, we are equal under the law, and we supposed to enjoy all the rights and freedoms that have been provided by our country. Your work shows that when systems are designed to include women, men, girls, boys, and all of them, some being persons with disability, everyone benefits. The universal design on inclusion is to benefit everyone. I commend many of the institutions here, because we've seen the institutions that have programs right from the design of their plan. Their strategic plan has an inclusive component. Their work plan, of course, as they execute what is in their strategy, has deliberate provisions on inclusion and equality matters.
Under the theme, Inclusive Leadership for Sustainable Development, the event brought together dedicated advocates and organizations committed to driving social change.
We have an all-inclusive approach where I have to talk about HIV as well, alcohol and drug abuse prevention programs, gender, reproductive health programs, mental health programs, all in one, all right? Targeting mainly students, staff, and their dependents.
At the Commission on Administrative Justice, otherwise known as the Ombudsman, the People's Protector, we are doing everything possible to lead by example. We have taken it upon ourselves to ensure that we take deliberate efforts when we are recruiting to take affirmative action to give people who are enabled differently a chance, and also ensure that also we balance our gender.
In addition to collecting taxes, we have a soft part. So we take care of all our colleagues. We have about, out of 9,300 employees, we have 187 who are differently abled. Out of 9,300, we have trained 120 sign language interpreters. In all the KRA functions, we must have our own employee doing sign language interpretation.
We are in the business of ensuring each and every office, each and every space that we have, persons with disability are involved or participate, not just for the sake of it or ticking a box, but as leaders, as decision makers, making that decision on the table.
I am one person who, whenever I see somebody who is enabled differently, achieving in life, I am very excited. One, because first in my own family, I have lived with one. And therefore, I know how it feels. I know how they feel. And therefore, I am very, very strategic. And I'm very strategic in including all the enabled differently persons. And I know they are so talented. They are so talented. You only need to give them the opportunity. And they.
The government joined the festivities to celebrate the winners, commending them for the vital work they are doing within our societies.
What is the need of awards? You get a piece of paper, written your name. Is it some piece of wood or glass or whatever other fine metal or matter? No. An award is not an end in itself. It's actually a means to an end. When you are awarded, it means that you have the capacity to continuously doing that which you are supposed to do, so that we can keep on climbing higher and higher in society.
During the awards, Kenya Broadcasting Corporation led the list of winners, being named the 2025 champions in the Equality and Inclusion category.
We are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move on. make a difference, change lives. As we tell our different stories, we are capable, beautiful, we are born to do great things.
You're welcome to come and be with us, partner with us, so that then we can be able to champion, we can be able to influence, we can be able to sensitize, and we can be able to make sure that the world is gender sensitized and every person who is abled differently is heard and given equal opportunity.
Looking forward to the future, the director of the Gender and Disability Development Center issued new criteria for next year's awards to ensure the movement continues to grow.
Next year, just to mention, because I'll not speak again, we're going to do it a little bit differently. That beside nominations where people nominate you and so on before we come and check on what you've done, we're going to have a deliberate collaboration to assist you carry out the audits, gender analysis, accessibility and usability audits, so that we have those real evidence-based complements or data that support actually what you've done in your palace, or what you consider to have really achieved after a whole year of implementation of gender equality and inclusion programs.
Inclusion starts with all of us. Congratulations to all the nominees and winners for the outstanding contributions.
I see generations upon generations passing on the baton of people who are fighting for the same cause, who happen to have been stationed in life at this point in time, having known their times and season, and fulfill the purpose of their generation. That is a really noble calling. That is really profound. That is really august. So let us also build our energies and our synergies around the issue of intersectionality, and ask ourselves that when you look at the issues of gender, when you look at issues of disability, when we look at the issue of the youth, when you look at the issues of marginalization, at what point do we meet that it could be a woman who is disabled, who is also a youth, and therefore requires the effort of all of us all. Let us also be reminded that it is not enough to have policies, even when we codify them into law. Because if that were to be the case, access to government procurement opportunities would have benefited persons with disabilities the most. Why? Because they are also youth. So they would have gotten the 10% of the youth. Because they are also women, they would have gotten the 10% of the women. Yet we still see they get the least out of the 30% preferential procurement. So we have not yet won the battle. And it is possible to have a normative framework. It is possible to have systems and structures that are worn out because of the practice of the day. We've got to keep on breathing life into action. We've got to know how to negotiate for power, because power is more relational than positional. We've got to activate, continuously fight for the cause that we so much believe in, so that we can give it the requisite life, breath, and momentum to acquire the change that we so much yearn and desire.
On Disability Pet Peeve today, we want to start by applauding the effort of our sportsmen and women with disabilities in Kenya. Similarly, we want to ask the government and the relevant bodies that have been mandated to oversee sports in Kenya to prioritize their welfare. We understand that there might be challenges here and there, but a little effort to match their work goes a long way. We've come to the end of the show today, but be sure to join us every other Saturday. My name is Jane Theuri.
We are here and we are strong. Let's be counted as we move on. Make a difference, change lives as we tell our different stories. We are capable, beautiful. We are born to do great things. We're unstoppable, incredible, 'cause we're differently abled, differently.